this morning. The Jacksonville Jaguars have reportedly agreed to a deal with Tim Tebow. Yes, Tim Tebow, the tight end. Tim Tebow will be on the field today as part of the Jaguars off-season program, competing for a roster spot now. So, Brandon Marshall, Tebow reportedly signing a contract with the Jags is blank.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. I mean, you could throw so many words up there. I mean, great for business. Why not? Let's go, Tebow time, Tebow mania. It doesn't matter. Throw them all up there. This is great. I know Nick is adamant about this being bad for football. It's bad for the players that's been trying. But look, the Jaguars 5 years ago, 6 years ago, was considered going to London to play games over there. Like, that's what they were thinking about. Because of this market, I played in Jacksonville several times, and the bottom bowl is kind of full. And then up top, they have like these tarps that's covering up the games. We're talking about Jacksonville Jaguar games being blacked out. Tim Tebow's from the Jacksonville area. He's going to fill up the stands. He went to University of Central Florida. So, 90-minute drive out west. So this is great for the organizations, great for business. Ticket sales will go up. TV ratings will go up. And it's also great for the locker room. Why not? Why not bring a guy like Tim Tebow in that bolster your tight ends group? He can come in and he can catch a few balls, Nick. Why not? Whatever Vegas is throwing out there, I'm taking the over.
Okay, well, you won't have to go to Vegas. You've got my number. I will book all the Tebow overs you want. I'll even give you a 10% discount on the vig. So don't worry about that. We'll deal with that off the air. Wilds, my answer to this is Tim Tebow signing with the Jags is a pension plan. Literally. And I credit to my good friend and Patriots great linebacker Ted Johnson, won 3 Super Bowls with your team, Wilds, for pointing this out a few weeks ago. Tim Tebow needs 3 games to be a fully vested player pension-wise. This is Urban Meyer doing his guy a solid. I do not think it will go over well in the locker room. I do not think he's going to hit any of Brandon's overs, but we're going to get to see because now he's officially signed, Wilds.
So you've got the over-under at 3 games. I'm going to take the under, far under. I think he doesn't make it 1 game. I think he came out with the Patriots. The Patriots signed him for 2 years, Brandon. 2-year contract. Bill Belichick's like, yeah, let's give him a shot. He played in 2 preseason games. And you know what he did afterwards? Out of here. If it was going to work anywhere, it would have worked with Bill Belichick 10 years ago. So I don't think it works now. Bill Belichick's always going to spot talent, undervalued talent, underrated talent, and give him another chance. He's got a long history of it. But rarely does he take a flyer on a guy, cut them, and then they go on to have success 10 years later. And by rarely, I mean never. Go ahead.
Wilds, 30 catches for Tim Tebow. Nick, 30 catches for Tim Tebow. That's 1 right there.
Yep, maybe
Put the Rolex
Let's go, Tebow.
Put the Rolex
Let's go,
on it.
Tebow.
We'll go Rolex against my watch.
All right, let's see. Maybe Belichick just had him at the wrong position, Wilds. Back to basketball now after the playing game ended last night. LeBron and Steph seen embracing on the court. Little conversation. Some saying LeBron, the recruiter, back in action. Brandon, last night's post-game chat between Steph and LeBron should have Warriors fans feeling blank.
Listen, Jeff Van Gundy almost had me last night. I'm watching the first half. I'm enjoying.
Oh, here we go. The king is clutch.
Oh, no.
Is this just the start of another title run for one LeBron James? Hey, Steph was splashing last night. Do we still believe in the Warriors, who now must win to stay alive? And check this out. Should Golden State fans be worried about LeBron and Steph's little post-game chat? Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome to First Things First. Jenna Wolf alongside a very giddy Nick Wright. We got Brandon back. Kevin Wilds with us. Nick, when LeBron called you after the game to tell you about this little chat, like, you can't even focus. He's so annoying. He can't even focus. He's so happy and giddy. The guy can't even focus this morning.
He was in continuous treatment for the trauma to his eye. We'll keep you posted on that. I think he's going to avoid surgery, but I'm not sure yet. We'll keep you posted throughout the day. But it was a nice little
You wouldn't know it the way he reacted last night. You would not know it. All right, that is exactly where we start this morning. Let's call it a classic from the Staples Center and a tough night for LeBron. Look, still battling ankle trouble. Then he got poked in the eye in the 4th quarter. by Draymond Green,
Gouged.
and it did
Gouged.
not matter. Oh, we're calling it a gouge. You got gouged?
Please.
Because LeBron James, here it is, a minute later, hitting the only shot that mattered. From the logo, under a minute left to play, that would be your game winner. Lakers locking up the 7 seed with a big win for them, and for LeBron, another brilliant playoff moment for the resume. Here's the King after the win.
And I put in a lot of work in my game. After, drape my finger to the eye, I was literally seeing three rims out there. So I just shot at the middle one, and I was able to, through the grace of the man above, I was able to knock it down.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Nick, I can't see my eye. What's your
Every year from
reaction to last
LeBron.
night's play-in win by LeBron and the Lakers? What was your reaction?
Well, listen, oddly enough, LeBron couldn't see before the shot, and Steph couldn't see after the shot because he got hit right between the eyes. He had blurry vision. He's like, oh, no, I'm the one that's supposed to do that. But that's not, of course, how it works. Listen, I could focus if I wanted to about, LeBron James, the greatest player ever, having another Pantheon playoff moment. That is the second longest shot to win a postseason game in the final minute that we have seen since they've started tracking those things in the last 20 years. The only shot longer is the famous Damian Lillard shot against Paul George in the Oklahoma City Thunder when Dame waved goodbye to everybody. So we could focus on that. We could focus about how that was actually, when you really think about it, LeBron's worst high-leverage playoff game in years. And it ended being 22-11-10 and the game-winning dagger right in the guy's eye that everyone thought would hit the game-winning dagger. But instead, I want to focus on what we saw most notably in the second half last night, which is playoff basketball. And nobody tell those sleepy contenders in Brooklyn, but that's what it looks like. You know how you can survive your best three players going 4 for 28 in a first half? If you come out in the second half and get stops. The second half last night, the Golden State Warriors made 17 baskets and had 15 turnovers. And over the next 2 months, in the biggest moments, in the biggest games, what you are going to see is it's going to come down to who can get stops. And the Lakers, for all their inconsistency, for all their injuries, for all the lineup changes and starting lineup tweaks, the one thing that has been consistent from game 1 to game 73 is they are the best defense in basketball. And when you add to it the best player in basketball history who just has a history, I guess would be the word, of making the biggest shots we've ever seen, that's what you see. And with that, I say, Brandon, I am so glad to have you back this morning. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about that game.
Hey, listen. Last night was awesome. But first, Nick, why do you have to make this into a drama? This is not a drama. I love how you just talked about, the history and LeBron James and first half, second half. It was a great game. It was the first play-in weekend. It was phenomenal. Warriors versus Lakers. The first half, I absolutely enjoyed just the thought of you sweating. LeBron James, he didn't look well. AD, the same OD we've been seeing all year. I'm on Twitter. I'm sitting there saying, oh, man, I'm loving this. Nick Wright's going to have a long day tomorrow. And then the second half came, and then LeBron James throwing some dimes, making some big plays, the stops that you talked about. But you got to highlight the Warriors, man. The Warriors played phenomenal. If you go back to that first half, defensively, they were on one string. They were playing together. It was phenomenal seeing Draymond Green stand up and play against AD, stand up and play against LeBron James. He made them boys look like they were just rookies. That's how awesome he played. Yep. And the reason why they were able to stand up in the second half and make big play after big play is because it's the Warriors, Nick. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just the Warriors. And if you think that type of play out of AD in the first half, going 2 for 12, 0 for 3 from deep, 3 turnovers, looking lost on defense,